There is no denying that when October arrives, the pumpkin reigns supreme. No other food symbolizes the blustery days of autumn quite like pumpkin. This delicious and easy to make pumpkin pudding cake comes together with little effort and even makes its own caramel sauce. To make this pumpkin pudding cake, you will need 1/2 cup of flour, 1/4 of a cup of white sugar, and 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of cream, 1/2 cup of canned pumpkin, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/3 of a cup of chopped nuts. I'm using walnuts, but you can also use pecans. For the topping, you will need about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 cup of boiling water. This recipe is really so easy to bring together. You start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees, and into a bowl you want to add all of your dry ingredients, your flour, your sugars, your brown and your white, your spices and salt, and your baking powder. And using a whisk, just blend it all together, and then we'll put this bowl aside while we work with our wet ingredients. Next, add your cream to your melted butter, add your vanilla, and add your pumpkin. And you want to mix this all thoroughly. Your next step is just simply to pour your liquid into your dry mixture and mix it well with a spoon. Mix it thoroughly, but you don't need to overmix this. Your final addition to your batter would be your nuts. Pour your batter into a prepared baking dish. I've just used a spray on my baking dish. You can also butter it if you prefer. Smooth out your batter. Now mix your cinnamon with your about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. This will be our topping. It'll go on top of the, I'm just going to use my fingers to do this. Just spread it over the top as evenly as you can. Make sure using a fork or something that it's pretty even. And you will want to bake this on a cookie sheet because it might bubble over a bit. And before this goes into our preheated 350 degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes, your final addition, your 1 cup of boiling water that you just simply pour over the top of this batter and topping. And this is where the magic happens. This will create the caramel sauce at the bottom of this cake. Once out of the oven, the pudding needs to cool for at least 30 minutes before dusting it with powdered sugar before serving. When you're ready to serve, using a large spoon, dig deep into the dish so that you get all this delicious caramel sauce. This is always best served warm. Serve with a scoop of vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. This seasonal pumpkin dessert that creates its own caramel sauce will delight all pumpkin lovers and is sure to become a family favorite.